All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I'm going to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the Prophet Great Mills, only telling the truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation. I come out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth. That serving the truth, our true sincerity. To you, we say Shalom. This is Brother Nabala.
Brother Wanathan.
And these are GMS Detroit brothers here again, just to give you a video. Probably not going to be too long, just going to go in the spirit. It's going to be about the prophets being right all along. And what sparked this video topic was I seen the video that the brother elder Manata Zakbak did about that N-Dub saying how we should give an apology to the Hebrew Israelites, you know. And why is she saying that? Because the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are really speaking, you know, now more than ever, you know. And it's hard to negate that, you know. You have Jake that's been in this mindset of so long of being rebellious, you know, not taking the words of the Heavenly Father seriously. But now you can't ignore them anymore because of the things that's happening. You know, they thought that just because they didn't hearken until the words that we're saying was going to stop something, going to stop the prophecy from happening. They thought that they could just continue to live their everyday lives, that everything was going to be all good. But that's not the case. As you can see, you know, everyone is being affected by the things that's going on. And as us being the prophets, what is our job? Our job is to bring that message out and to tell these people. But what? They didn't want to hear it. But that's always been the role of the prophet. So real quick, I'm going to grab this. This is Jeremiah 28:8. Say, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So that's been the job of the prophets. Every time the prophets was on the scene, it never was good. Prophets was always set up to prophesy the downfall of kingdoms, you know, to prophesy of things that are getting ready to come to pass. You know, we was going to it at camp that you have prophets, you know, in the Old Testament. What would they do? From prophet Jeremiah, you know, to the prophet Amos. There's prophesying against Jake that Jake is getting ready to go into captivity. But what did Jake do? Jake wanted to buck up. Jake wanted to rebel against it. So now in today's time, what are we doing? We're telling Jake that we are in captivity, you know, but that we're getting ready to receive salvation, that we're getting ready to get set up out of this. So to turn to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, telling Jake that we are the Lord's chosen people. But what is Jake doing with that? Nothing. You know, they don't want to hearken unto that, you know, because Esau has done a great job as destroying Jake's whole mindset, destroying Jake in general, where they don't feel like they can be that people, you know, and then they don't see the benefits of serving the Lord. Okay, they only see the benefits of what he has given them. You say, yeah, precept? Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 33:33. And it says, and when this comes to pass, lo, it will come.
Go up to 31.
31. This is Ezekiel 33:31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Yeah. You didn't have Jake, even not even coming up, not even to the point to them coming up to the camp, but on seeing our videos. They'll watch a video, they'll listen to what we're saying, but they won't do them. They won't hearken, man. Continue.
Mm-hmm. And it says, for with thy mouths they shew much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Yeah. You even have some Jake that be like, oh, Shalom, or those are the Israelites right there. You know, they acknowledge it, but they still don't want to come into the fold. They still don't want to come follow Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, two examples. Like I said, you got the example when we brought out the Matthew 7:21, Lord. Then you got Titus the 16th chapter 1 and 16, how they profess they know the Lord, but in works reprobates. You know, so we got these people back here again. Let me continue going. 32. It says 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Right. Yeah. So they take this as entertainment, man. You know, they think they be thinking this shit is a game, man. You know, even when Jake do listen, they'll be like, they'll you have some Jake to be like, that's right, or they're speaking the right thing, you know, but they look at it as entertainment. Even still, then, you know, oh yeah, here the Hebrew Israelites come again, you know, here they go. We know they gonna get off on E, or they know they about to get on Jake. They know it, but that's it. They still don't understand the seriousness of what we're doing. Continue.
All right, 33, it says, and when this come to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
Yeah, you can speak on it.
Yeah, because from our elders and apostles, and you actually look at all things that's happening in the world, that goes to show, first off, the Lord's not a liar. Second, the Lord is actually working right now. He's actually working, like, it's to a point where you really can't see it, but hey, the Lord will spiritually blind you. He'll make you deaf, you know, so you won't hear, so on and so forth. Don't wait too long.
Go. Can you still in Ezekiel grab Ezekiel 2 and 3 through 5? Because it says the exact same thing.
Yep. This is Ezekiel 2, and let's start at 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me.
Yeah, Jake is rebellious. Jake has always been rebellious. Jake never wanted to listen to what the prophets have to say. Continue.
And it says, they are their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
Mm-hmm.
For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them. And thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord power.
Look up the word impudent.
It's Strong's G 7186. It's Kashesh. It says hard, cruel, severe, abstained, hard, difficult, severe, fierce, intense, vehement, stubborn, stiff neck, and rigorous.
Stubborn, man. One word said difficult. It's difficult trying to deal with Jake, man, because Jake come with all just nonsense, man. You try to, Jake will come up. You try, have some type of dialogue with Jake, and what they come with that nigga stuff, man. They want to get all rowdy. That's why Apostle Hart say, man, if a nigga can't get it, we moving on. We're not going to continue to go back and forth, Jake. And then we're in a time now where there's nothing to be talked about. There's nothing to be debated about. If you're not coming up to sincerely hear the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, to hearken, to learn this truth, to be taught, then we're not going to deal with you, man. We not here to go back and forth with you, man. Especially in the times we're in now, prophecy is speaking too much and too loudly to go back and forth with Jake, man. Either you gonna hearken or you not. Continue in that Ezekiel 2.
Ezekiel 2, go back to the letter 2, and verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them.
Yeah, so whether they hearken or whether they not, they're gonna know there's prophet been among them, and they're seeing that now. Jake that has not hearkened, they're seeing the things that the men from our apostles and elders on down been saying actually starting to come to pass. So now they're like, oh shit, these men were right. That's why the spirit was on that end of to say we owe them an apology. And there's gonna be a lot more of that coming down the line, especially when things continue to ramp up. Brothers old things they used to deal with, brothers who some Jake they probably ran into in the world. They gonna try to come back around and seek answer, try to get on your good side, try to be around you. But the Lord gonna probably put the spirit on us and not even deal with them, or put the spirit where they can't even find us, man.
That's the spirit, because I just got that Amos 8 and 11.
Yeah.
Amos 8 and 11, it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah. Oh, just like it.
Let me speak on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because his brother's right. It's going to be a time where people are going to want to know. It's getting to a point where you do see people, okay, we need to apologize to the Hebrew Israelites. You're going to have people that's going to get really curious and bugged out here where they really want to seek answers. But another prophecy that's going to happen is that we're not going to be on the highways and byways anymore. The Lord is going to withdraw his men.
Yeah.
Yep, because you're supposed to get it how the scripture goes. Basically, you got to get this word while it's hot, man. You see the prophets, that's your time.
Isaiah 55 and 6.
Let me see, 55 and 6.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 50. Yep, 55 and 6. It says, seek the Lord while he may be found.
Yeah.
Call ye upon him while he is near. And we are near. We're still here on the highways and byways.
Yeah.
You know, that's your time. You know, if an individual does have a sincere question, we'll deal with you.
Yeah.
If you're on some bullshit, because you know how Jake like to, I believe it's this, or I like, they like to have that debate, that debating spirit.
They want to have their own opinion.
We're
We're not here to listen to your opinions, man.
Yeah.
We're here to tell you what the scriptures say. Thus saith the Lord, man.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about how you feel or any of that. The scriptures say, basically, roughly paraphrasing, the prophets are there to minister, not to be ministered onto. We're here to teach you. There's nothing that you can give us. Okay? And there was another one that I was going to grab. Dang it. But yeah, we're out on the highways and byways. If you got some sincere questions through the Spirit that you need to know just for getting correct with your salvation, what should I do next? How should I change my life to be acceptable through Yahweh Shem Yahushai? We'll give you that. But right now we're getting to the point where very soon you might not see us on the highways and byways.
Yeah, because now we're in a time where, like we're going into, where they're censoring YouTube, man. They're censoring, they're trying to censor this truth, man. And brothers throughout the week saying how some brothers' pages have been getting taken down. Some brothers' videos have been getting taken down. Some brothers' videos not being able to upload, man. Even last night we was doing a live stream. The stream went through some type of glitching thing. So now we understand that they're really starting to come down with that great rap because they know they have a short time. But all these things, people are realizing it, and they understand that these are the things that from our apostles and elders have been saying for years. So it's just further backing at the point that the prophets have been right all along, and not just any prophets. The men that are in GMS, have been right all along. From telling you about the MOTB, from telling you about World War III, from telling you about how it's about to be real out here about famine. How inflation is about to happen. Telling you everything that you see happen in front of your eyes was going to happen. Can you grab 2 Peter 3 and starting at verse 3 on to 4?
2 Peter 3 and 3 reads, knowing this first, there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
Yeah, that's what they say, man. Where's the promise of his coming? We've been talking about, our apostles and elders have been talking about Yahushua returning for years. But you got Jake out here that's in scoff mode, heavy scoff mode. Y'all been saying that. When is it actually going to happen? Continue to read.
And it reads, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Yeah. They say, because Jake is still able to live their life and do what they're doing. They think that the Lord is that the Lord is not going to come. But when you jump down to verse 9, I think 2 Peter 3 and 9, jump down there.
2 Peter 3 and 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise.
Nope.
As some men count slackness, but is long suffering toward us, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yeah, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. It just certain prophecies have to be fulfilled until the Lord finally returns. And we understand that, certain things have to continue to happen. And everything, like it says in Ecclesiastes 3, everything has its time and a season. We're on the Lord's time, But Jake, they want stuff that's why you have the little rapture thing. They want stuff to happen instantly. People are trying to hastily get out of this situation. They're trying to escape from what's about to come to pass because they see from what the prophet's been saying is actually happening. So there's nothing you can do about this stuff. But at the end of the day, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. Jacob's trouble is happening. It's not about it's going to happen. It's happening. It just ain't got to its full effect yet. But Jacob's trouble is happening.
Right.
So we just got to wait and see how stuff play out. But the prophecies that are written in the Bible are coming to pass right before our very eyes. And it's a beautiful thing to see because us seeing these prophecies come to pass is helping us identify what? That we're getting closer and closer to the day of Yahushua's true return. Not this BS that they out here talking about. You got something?
You got that one real quick. I'll just take out this. 2nd Esdras 9:1. He said, answer me then and say it. Measure the times diligently in itself, and when thou seest a part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. So that's what we were looking at. It's comforting. I know it's going to get bad out here. Like JT, the pot is boiling and the eye is getting hotter and hotter. But these are confirmations that you were looking for to let you know, this is time for signs to look out for the return of Yahushua return. Yeah. All right. So everybody, like I know not too long ago, y'all talked about it. Had that prophet, talking about doomsday and all that, but not doomsday, but the rapture. But how's it gonna be a rapture and there's still prophecies to go?
Exactly.
Have to pass. That was really much on my point.
Yeah, it says measure the time. How do you measure the time? Through prophecy. Where do you get prophecy? Through the Bible. Who breaks down prophecy? The prophets. And who are the prophets? The men out there on the highways and byways. And who do you see out there in the highways and byways? The men of GMS, man. That's how the Lord has it set up. His true men. And like it says in Amos 3:7, surely the Lord does nothing but reveal his secrets to the servants of prophets. So he's revealed the secrets of these scriptures to his true men, who just happen to be here in GMS. Now, yeah, there's some other camps. They're
sincere.
They're sincere, and yeah, we understand these other camps. There are some sincere members among them, and there are some elect members among them. But the most truth comes out of GMS. That's why we say we had 100% truth, man. Mm-hmm. So, can you grab Ezekiel 12:21?
It's Ezekiel 12:21. And it reads, and the word of the Lord come unto me, saying, Son of man, what is the proverb they have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth.
Keep going.
Oops. 23, it says, tell me therefore, thus saith, it says, tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
Yeah. So you got Jake that's been putting off the day, talking about, that's not going to happen in our time, that everything's going to continue to keep going how it's going, and that they weren't going to be here to see these prophecies come to pass, man. But the Lord said he's going to make that proverb to cease. Continue to read.
It says, not that one, 24, for there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel.
Keep going.
For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass.
Yep.
It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it.
Yep.
Saith the Lord.
Yeah. So in your days, and what days is he talking about? These days that we're living in right now. No. So these these things are meant to happen in these times we're living in now, man. And Jake don't understand that, you know, because you got Jake that like to listen to they grandma, you know, talking about, oh yeah, that's not gonna happen for later down the road. No, these Christians, they like to say, yeah, that's not gonna happen till later down the road. You're not gonna be here when all this happens. But the Lord is allowing that proverb to cease, especially in the nation of Israel. Well, because Jake wanted a reason to continue to live in their folly, to continue to be partying and BSing out here, man. And then when they get all the way up to their old age, and when they get to a certain age, and they want to come try to find Jeebus in their words, man. That's what they think they got. They think they have that time, but they don't. No, the time is now. So what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna come serve the Lord, or are you not? So we can close with Habakkuk 2 and verse 3.
Let's look at Habakkuk 2 and 3. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie through a tarry, wait for it.
Yeah.
Because
keep going. Finish
because it will surely come, and it will not tarry.
Yeah. The vision is for an appointed time. So we know that everything has to happen when the Lord wants it to. But now we're in the times where a lot of these visions are actually speaking. You know, they may look like they was tarrying, but we knew that they were going to happen. But now we're in the times that they're actually happening, man. If you can't see, just right what the UK just did, you know, with the digital ID. If you can't see that everything is getting ready, all roads are leading to the MOTB, and I don't know what to tell you. If you can't see this friction that's going on between these other nations that we're heading towards World War III, I don't know what to tell you. You know? If you can't see from happening with CK, from this ICE shooting, that they're really about to come down with that great wrath on Jacob's trouble really about to get real, I don't know what to tell you. Because the Lord, for 2/3 of our people, he's just not dealing with you. There's nothing you can do. That's a lot the Lord has you in. So we're in the times now where what? The truth is speaking, and it's going to continue to speak until the Lord takes it away. And that's another identifying factor. When the Lord takes his men off the highways and byways, when this truth is not that easy accessible, then that's how we also understand that we are very close to when Yahweh Shai is getting ready to return. Yep, that famine in the word. So Lord, when this video is edifying, we're going to close out by giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kadash, that behind ourselves, the Prophet Great Millstone, taught the truth and rule well. Peace, best and salutation, Agmat there. Scared the brothers to the fork on the earth, that's serving the truth and sincerity. To you we say Shalom.
Shalom.